Hey, Mike Callahan here. Question that was submitted earlier this week. Apologize. I have not been on Facebook here the last 2 days, just been absolutely grinding out, getting ready for the winter season in our lawn care company. But the question is, how do you hold yourself accountable and your team consistently posting these Facebook videos and doing the other things in your business? Well, there really is no major secret to it. The key to accountability and consistency, at least in my business and my team, is creating repetitive tasks or to-dos in Service Autopilot and actually blocking time out to get these things done. So I'm going to show you a quick flow chart of kind of how we tackle that. And this actually was a perfect question timing-wise because we're actually building this out right now for the Simple Growth team. So I'm going to show you kind of the overall rough draft that we're building out for myself and one of my new admin to create these repetitive tasks as to-dos in Service Autopilot to hold myself accountable as well as my team. So I'm going to hop in here and share the screen and show you what this kind of looks like. So basically what we've got here is the repetitive tasks. I've got my admin here on the left and myself underneath. So under Christine, my admin, we've got open and manage Facebook Messenger. So we have a daily to-do for her to open that up. And she has to click in and actually close that and make a comment on there that she actually started that at the appropriate time of the day. We got overdue invoices and accounts. So we've got some automations that run around that. But in addition, sometimes they require phone calls and some manual work. So she's going to go in every Tuesday and run and make those phone calls for any overdue invoices. Donna, myself here, there's a couple things that I need to get done on a daily and weekly basis to make sure I'm successful. So I have a to-do that pops up for content posting on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I physically have to check those off to make sure I'm accountable. I'm going to go in and review my Facebook ads here daily. So if we're putting up a new Facebook ad, there's some learning curve in this. So the first 3 days while that ad is learning, I'll stay away from it. But if there's any ads that have basically gone past that learning phase, I've got a daily to do to go in and review certain KPIs and make sure our cost per acquired landing page transition is under about $1.03 or $1.05 there. And we can track. So when these Facebook ads start hitting attrition and they start going to a higher point, if it's costing us too much money, we can actually start recycling new ads. So we're constantly building new ads. So when those ads start to fatigue, we can replace them. So that's one of the daily things I do. I follow up on my sales calls for Simple Growth. So anybody who's talked to Simple Growth knows I will occasionally physically call you back if we have an open estimate. So that is a daily to do to block out a certain amount of time each day to make these sales calls, as well as my team. Now, as the business grows, obviously I'll be moving away from that more and more. But right now I still block out a small amount of time to follow up on some of those calls. Strategic planning. This is a big one. We need to block this out, in my opinion, at least, because if we don't block it out and make time for it, it just doesn't happen. But strategic planning is thinking about getting out of the day-to-day chaos of your business, and whether it's going to Starbucks or going to a quiet place. We think about different things in the business and how we're going to evolve in strategy and process and systems. If we don't do this, the business isn't going to evolve. So by breaking out time for strategic planning in a quiet place on a daily or weekly basis, that allows me to get ahead of the competition and look at things where things are going. And this may be something as simple as picking up a book and maybe rereading The E-Myth by Michael Gerber, or maybe Traction by Gino Wickman, or Profit First by Mike Michalowicz, or Pumpkin Plan by Michalowicz. These things are important, and I think you should block these out. So this is an example of how I do it. It's not the only way or the best way, but this is how I approach those daily tasks that are signed up in Service Autopilot. So we've got repetitive tasks that pop up. They assign a job to each person in the business, and it tracks if they're done. Running the financials, I do this every Monday. We run our KPIs, key performance indicators. So I have a task that pops up at a certain time and says, hey, Mike, it's time to do the financials for the week. And now we know where they're at, and then I can report them out to the key stakeholders in the business. Last thing here in Simple Growth, we've got commission checks. So we've got referral partners, a couple of people that basically own businesses for consulting and that actually go out and refer people out to Simple Growth. And we actually have commission structures or referral bonuses for these people. So we go out the first of every month, and I go out and run those reports with the help of my admin, and we get those commission checks out. But this is a high overview of some of the things that I need to hold myself accountable to. And the question was, how do you create accountability for yourself and your team? Well, this is how we did it. We created repetitive tasks in Service Autopilot for my lawn care company. And now we're recreating some of these repetitive tasks for Simple Growth to create consistency and predictability for myself and the team. And now as the business owner, I don't have to manage what everybody's doing. I set it up once, and now the automation will actually set it, kind of forget it and manage it. Now, if these tasks aren't being done, that throws a red flag for myself or one of the managers to go in and actually manage that process. So tip of the day would be, if you're looking for consistency and predictability for yourself and your team, create repetitive tasks that can be done. If you're looking at this video and wondering, well, I don't have the time and the skill set to do that, drop me a private message. We are releasing here later this week or the beginning of next week repetitive tasks for Simple Growth for Service Autopilot users. And that's it's been in beta testing now for the last month and a half, 2 months, and it's helped create this consistent flow. But if you're looking to build it yourself, this is the approach. Create that flow chart and then go and build those to-dos in Service Autopilot. Looks like we got one comment here. Hey, Tony, what's up, buddy? Appreciate the feedback on the videos, buddy. We're going to be looking to SA Weekly Talk Show will be coming up here probably tomorrow or Friday. I'm just finalizing the plans. I'm going to be in a 2-day event in New York, Thursday and Friday this week here for the Automation Jumpstart. It's a live event where we sit knee to knee with people as well. So that should be pretty interesting as well. If you haven't checked out one of our live events, we got another one coming up tentatively the first week of December with Dan Ralphs, the Dream Manager. And he and I are going to be talking about creating a company culture and systems around that to go out and recruit really good employees and retain them and get them to buy into your culture. I know the major problem right now is labor and going out and finding these employees. Dan Ralphs and I are going to have a live event. I will post something here in the bottom of this so you can actually go in and get some information on it. But it's going to be a 2-day event, anywhere from probably $500 to $600. Small group setting, the ability to go out to dinner with us one night, VIP event as well. And then we're going to basically help you build that culture to go out and recruit people and get people to knock down your door to sign up and want to be interviewed. So check that out as well. I'm going to put a post to that underneath here. But if you're looking for consistency in your business, I recommend setting up a repetitive task or to-do in Service Autopilot, creating this flow chart, and then building out those to-dos. And if you need some help, we're going to have a new product for Simple Growth coming out for repetitive tasks here in the next few days. So keep an eye out for that. So until the SA Weekly Talk Show tomorrow, we will see you then.